Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. The river is at 3.2 right now. The tide is out as well. You can tell when you look at the mud here on this beach. See how wet it is? Now, tomorrow is going to be a rainy day. Maybe that'll change things. I don't think I can get much further because I'm starting to sink, but look how desolate it looks down there. And there's where I'm starting to sink, so let's make our way back. I've actually seen the river this low and lower before. Last year I saw it at this level, but the difference is that last year when I saw it at around 3 feet, it wasn't there very long. It's actually been fluctuating under 4 feet for quite some time. 2 months, maybe 3. And it's predicted to stay low probably throughout winter. It's going to tick up. It just ticked up because recently it was at 2.8 and now it's just a little over 3 feet, so it's a bit of a tick up by about maybe a foot. That's probably going to tick down. This has to do with trout. If you don't know, there's been a lot of trout up in the Midwest and in the Ohio River Valley. When the river stays this low for an extended period of time, like several months, it's bad for a lot of reasons. Not always the fishing, depending on where you're at. It can make that interesting and it can make it bad. Just depends on where you're at. So that can be hit or miss, really, a bad thing or a good thing. Well, the other things that are really, really bad, it affects shipping a lot. Below St. Louis, I believe, you don't really have locks and dams on the southern basin, so you can't control the levels. Therefore, there could be places where barges are going to come through where they're going to run aground and stuff like that, and you have to get out and dredge, so it slows things down. Of course, you know, all this is occurring during fall when there's a lot of tonnage coming down the river and then a lot of tonnage that needs to go up. What needs to come down is the harvest: grain, soybean, corn. Excuse the planes. It's like a 5-minute ordeal. Let's go get the bike. Oh, I think that's done. It's probably going to occur again. They've been just going off lately. So what needs to go up as far as tonnage on barges is fertilizer. They always dump a lot of fertilizer after harvest, you know, for growing next year. There's other things that go up and down the river: fuel and chemicals and other things. What's really bad about it is that our whole economy is stitched together, not just the American economy, but the economy overall, globally. It's all stitched together. So if one part of the economy slows down, it affects all the other parts. Because shipping is slowing down, this particular area is becoming crowded with bulkers and other things just waiting to go up, waiting to pick up and load and go. It's usually crowded this time of year, but it's extra crowded. I've been looking on marine traffic. If you go there, if you search marine traffic, you'll find a live map, and you could see just how crowded it is on the river, from the pass, from the mouth, going all the way up to Baton Rouge. You could see places in between where we have shutdowns on the river or extreme low water. You can see where barges are just waiting, grouped together, just like crowded. Got a tug right here in front of us. I'm not planning on fishing just this spot. We're waiting for this to thaw. This tick up on the river, you know, coming from 2 something to 3 something, is because of rain in the Ohio Valley last week or so. It takes a while for that kind of stuff to make down. So we're just above the anchorage of Belle Chasse. Way in the distance, you can see a few ships in the anchorage. Several days ago, about maybe 3 or 4 days ago, it was packed there's a few in there now. They look like bulkers, they're cargo ships. I'm only going to spend a few minutes here, maybe 30. We're going to first try this first position behind this sketchy dock. This dock used to belong to, well, it still belongs to a yeast factory that is behind us on the other side of the levee. I can turn around and, oh, you can't see it, the trees are hiding it, but there's a big disused plant over there, and this used to connect all the way to it. Now it doesn't. So it's mostly used these days for people to moor up, you know, tie off to working boats like this one right here. There's a couple companies that use it, and occasionally you'll see me up there on top of it when the river's higher, because I know the people who own it. All right, right there. We're just going to give this first position about 15 minutes or so, and then maybe move over here where it might be deeper. But let's see what's hanging out there. This is pretty shallow. We're probably fishing 6 to 8 feet of water, maybe more, but I think it's fair estimate there, 6 to 8 feet. Man, I gotta take this jacket off. It's kind of warm out here. I put it on because it was cool on the ride, and now it's not so cool standing still. Apart from shipping and just general maritime traffic on the river, there's another problem that has to do with down here in my area when the river is extremely low like this for an extended period of time. And that problem is in between drinking water and salt water. That's because down here all your tap water is coming from the Mississippi. We got freshwater intakes up and down it here. Closest one down there somewhere, not too far below us. So the problem is that when you have an extremely low river like this, we get what we call the conversion. That's when the salt water backs up and the tide pushes it up even more. And that's why sometimes in the river, you'll catch, like the river down here, all right? You'll catch stuff like redfish, black drum. We could probably go way down river and do that still right now. But they'll come up in here sometimes, but it's not like the salt water's all the way up here. So what's bad about this is when the salt water just starts creeping up further north, more and more, you don't want it to get to where the freshwater intakes are, and that would be bad for all of us. So what they're doing is good ways below us, down at around Myrtle Beach, not Myrtle Grove, I'm sorry, down there, they are building an underwater dam, what they call a sill, to stop it from coming up to the freshwater intakes. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, to be more clear, salt water is actually heavier than freshwater. So you'll have a layer of freshwater on top and then salt water on the bottom. And they do mix a little bit to make brackish water, but they're gonna stay layered like that. Intakes are down here. If the salt water keeps coming up, the intake will just be taking in salt water. Crazy. One of the things that I haven't been pointing out lately that I should point out, is kind of an elephant in the room, but maybe not to a lot of the viewers, but to a lot of people that are down here local. They're like, why haven't you talked about this? I'm talking about what I'm walking into, a new willow forest. The river has been so low that these willow trees have had time to grow, whereas usually they don't. All right, that's done. I came up in here to take a leak. This is great pea cover, but it's also good for another thing. It's going to be bad for fishing when the river comes back up in spring, but all this new willow, when the river is up into it, will be great habitat for river shrimp and grass shrimp. Should be a good year for that next year. It will be good for fishing, but snags is what I mean when I say not good. This spot's not good for fishing right now. Let's get out of here. Wow, look at that. That is a big fire pit. Not planning on fishing this spot, just came to look at it because someone was down here with a bobcat clearing out to this point here. Pretty crazy, huh? This is an old trestle, train trestle that went to a loading dock right there. This gets exposed just about every year when the river goes down, but this time it's being exposed for a pretty long duration of time. The willows haven't crept in, but these are growing right there. I would love to fish this spot, but unfortunately you can't get to the water here. When you try, you just sink. It's way too soft. I think Pacific Basin is the first one in the anchor that we come to, and this one here, Similati, or if that's how you pronounce that, it's the second one, and there's more and more and more. This isn't the only anchorage around here. There's many of them, and they all have cargo ships and tankers in them. Some of them are full. I'm not sure this one is full. It goes quite a ways downriver, and I think another one could be in front of here. We just don't have it right now. So stacked up but not quite full. Some of the ships in the anchorage today are waiting to load or unload, mostly load, at the port of New Orleans. Not all of them, but some of them are. That's where we're staying for the duration. Here we are. Similati. That is who is going to be our neighbor. There has been a lot of bulkers just waiting for loads of grain. China actually buys a lot of our soybean, and that's where a lot of it's going. Soybean and other products. Not all of these ships are bulkers, but quite a few. I'm gonna put out a small piece, probably fish for nightcrawler here too. This is a 6 octopus hook here, using 4s. Made myself a bench and a towel holder. At this spot, to avoid a certain snag, I gotta walk up river from where my rod is going to be and do my cast. The second rod is going to be the shorter one for the night crawler. I might fish 3 in the end, but for the moment, just the 2 right in front of us, not even far out, very close. So the wind is a little rough, if you can't tell, out over the open water. Not so much where we're standing because we're blocked by the trees. The wind is pushing, feels like out of the north, but it's pushing on the lines, creating slack lines, or bows really. It'll make you think that you have some fish action there, but it's just the wind. That might change as we go on through the afternoon, but we're probably going to see it for a while. Oh, hello. Oh, damn. Are you still there? You're still there, right? Whoa. Oh, that was massive, man. Wasn't there? No hookup. Damn. What was that? I was working on the fire and I looked up and I was like, oh, whoa. Hopefully that happens again. Wow, that was massive. Probably a big cat. Who knows what that was? It's gonna get cool as I hang out here throughout the night. We're getting a hit on the night crawler. That's why I built the fire. It's gonna get down into the 50s by the time I leave, I think. Keep going, keep going. Oh, keep going. Come on, come on. Do it again. I'm getting bites left and right here. Maybe it's just small fish. It's only a matter of time. This bench I just made is nice. It is now 6:08. The bites have been quite numerous. No hookups yet. Probably just small fish. Oh, I just put this out here. Yes. Oh, yes. This has got some fight. This is the first serious fish. There's been a lot of bites. Oh yeah. Swimming in on me now. River went quiet for a second, but now there's a lot more traffic. This fish has a lot of downward pull on me. You see a ship crossing in front of us right there. Here we go. I wonder if we got a flathead. Can't see yet. I think it's going to be a blue cat. That looks like a blue cat. Bruiser. Wow, there's a lot of bait right in here close by. Look at all that bait. Gotcha. Oh, ah. Almost lost that fish because I had to kneel down because I got my lead stuck in the... Here we go. I think we got a double. I think my other rod. That is a nice fish. Definitely waited long enough for that. All right, I think something's up with the other rod real quick. Let's check it. That's all good. Whoa. 28.88. Really nice. Waited a good while. Went through a lot of bites. Finally something nice. Just shy of 30 pounds, 28 pounder. Nice big blue cat. He never beaver tailed. He kept his head down. Really nice. I'm not gonna keep this fish. Yeah, you're right, guys. Check that out. Definitely worth the wait. There you go, buddy. Woo! Yeah, all of a sudden it's like non-stop traffic. Like right before we caught that blue cat, this traffic started and it's not stopping. We got a cargo ship coming down and a barge going up. I think there's something else coming up too. Busy river right now. Are you there? Yes. This is smaller with tighter head shakes. I was just standing here and I was like, oh, here we go. Sometimes it's like this. You gotta wait till a little bit after dark and they just start hitting. We did get a lot of bites before the sun set, and as it was setting, well, I think it was all small fish, and now we're into something good here. Yeah, this is much smaller. I wonder if this is a gaff top because of the really tight head shakes. Could be something other than that. It's looking like a little blue. Look at that. That accounts for the little tight head shakes because of the little fish. Maybe a couple pounds, maybe about 3 pounds, something like that. Decent. I'm just out fishing tonight. It's not like it's my only night I've come out this week. It's just the successful one. I pretty much want to just stay till I fish my bait out, which I'm actually getting really close. I'm almost out of night crawlers and I have just a bit of skipjack left. Oh man, I'm trying to bait up the night crawler line and boom, we are hooked up again. Wow, it's like one after another all of a sudden. I'm glad I didn't get frustrated and give up and have another non-go at a video. Sometimes you just gotta stay out late to hit these cats, especially in the fall. Other times of the year can be like that too. It is getting a little rough out here with the wind. There is some stuff coming through, mostly for tomorrow. We have about 80% chance of rain. Hopefully we get some. All right guys, look at this. We still have gaff top out here in the river. That might persist this year longer than it usually does. It's a nice looking one. All right. I wonder if my ring light is attracting all this bait. There is an awful lot amount of bait right off the rocks just directly in front of us, and they're getting stirred up. Now I've got this night crawler just a little bit out past them where that drop off is, and of course the skipjack is way out there. Maybe this bait wasn't here before when we first started this spot, but now it's kicking off. Oh, there's another one that just hit real quick. Oh yeah, not big again, but he's gonna help us get through the skipjack. There he is. I'll just lift him right up. Another gaff top. Smaller than that first gaff top too. Out of night crawlers, I'm gonna go ahead and put a different hook on and put skipjack on the little rod. I'm gonna put a skipjack head on here. Now this is a 6/0 octopus hook, just like the bigger rod. The bait is a lot bigger than the actual hook, but it'll be fine because we're going to hook it like that. Actually, I want to go through the bottom and the top, just like this. Just fishing this really close in, not far at all, about something like this. It's about 40 feet out from the water line. Oh, it's got a hit on the head on the small rod. I was watching the big rod actually, because it's getting a hit as well. This wind is picking up. It's getting kind of rougher out here than it was. There is some weather coming in. Tomorrow is supposed to be a rain day, but we'll just have to wait and see, because last weekend we had something similar and it turned out to not be so much of a rain day here locally, but I think some other places. Look, the headpiece is going. There we go. This is 45-pound test on this. And the same location I was fishing night crawler and just getting pecked apart by little things. Put out a headpiece and we get something good. This is on one of those cheap alpha reels by Shakespeare. We already got this fish right up here. What do we got? A little blue cat. Look at that. He is fat compared to that first small blue cat I got. Nice. Wow. What a... Oh! Oh! We got a massive slack line all of a sudden. Look at it, blowing over to me. Let's get this fish out back into the drink. Let's see what's going on with this slack line. Look at it. It's just like loosey-goosey all of a sudden. I didn't even see what happened. What happened? There's nothing here. What happened? My goodness. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There is something here. Oh, I was like, how did the line get cut? What is going on? He picked up the bait and swam in on us. That's what he did. It's not a big fish. It's another. It almost looks like the one I just put out there, but it's just a tad bigger. Another little blue cat. Just a tad bigger. But pretty much the same. All right, buddy. Okay. This is a headpiece again. This happened really fast, too. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I think he's still... No. Oh. Did you come back? I just put the other bait out. This is like 3 times in a row with this headpiece close in. Something happened during a battery swap, which resulted into a slack line on the big rod. We're just about out of bait. We got 2 head pieces out, and that's about it for the bait. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, yeah. Oh, let me have you. Let me at you. Let me at you. This is good. This is a solid hookup. He's going underneath my other line, or above it. He's above it. He's just flat out cruising. There he goes, taking some drag. Whoa. He's on the surface, he's rolling. Oh, oh. Oh. I'm into a double all of a sudden. Lucky me, I have a bait runner on the other reel. Well, it looks like the double's not going to happen. I'm staring up at the rod tip. Ooh, but this one fish does not want to give up. He's right here. right in front of the rocks. Oh, that is a big fish. That is a big fish, people. Not sure what we have here, but he's pretty good size. He is a pretty good size. Oh, yeah. And we're hooked. We might be hooked up with the other rod. Something's with us on that. It's giving us a massive slack line. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just, as a safety measure, click my bait runner there so it's engaged. And something, I don't know, something just tightened my line up on my other rod. Let's go down here and see if we can get this big hoss. Oh, he wants to take off right there. This is a big fish. This is an IG fish right here. I gotta pick the perfect place to pluck him out of the water. I think this is a good spot right here. That is a hoss. That is like 30 or more right there. That is a hoss. Look at that big old hoss just wallowing around. He's gonna freak out as soon as I touch him. Gotcha. All right, let's see what's up with the other one. Ooh, this is a big fish. That is a big fish. Oh yeah. I don't think anything's here. There was something messing with it. Or are you here? Nope. Oh, oh. 34.50. Yes. Little mucky, little manky. But yeah, you're right. What a nice fish, guys. 34 pounds. This might be the last fish of the session, though I do have another bait out there. It's actually my last bait still out there. Check them out. Wow. Yeah, you're right. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. Awesome. Oh. Oh. I better get you back on me because that might not be the last fish. All right, Hoss, let's see if you can make it. Here you go. All right, guys, it is now 10 o'clock. I thought I was gonna get another fish, but I'm just gonna have to call it on that 34 pounder. Let this weather come on in. Yeah, you're right. Pretty decent session. It took a while for that first fish, and then bam, 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 they just started coming in. Thanks for watching, guys. Liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.